The intro was supposed to be scary, not gay. Fuck it. But my wage gap. So feminists and all the special shit flakes keep yelling about the patriarchy and my wage gap. But we all know that's bullshit, so... my wage gap, yeah. I heard that load of crap. But that is a myth, and I know. This has been done before, someone else did it better than me. I don't give a shit. But since I have a plate of french fries here, I'm kind of feeling the need to put some salt on it. It doesn't taste as nice without salt. But I need that salt, and I need it from your tears. So I'm gonna get it. Websites like the Narrow the Gap keep spewing bad information, out of context numbers, or just plainly shitting down numbers. Well, talking about shitting down, I can even do better than that. I can shit those numbers down, and I'm gonna make it bigger. I might get an anal fissure while doing it, might bleed it, might paint my toilet red, but who gives a shit? Well, actually I do. I'm giving a shit now. 8,500%, 100,000 times. See, I can shit bigger numbers. If they're stuck, I'll pull them out of my ass too. Well, let's just say it didn't come out buttery smooth though. There was a bit of blood on my toilet after shitting so many bigger numbers. But I'm not here to just eat salty fries and shit numbers, and I've already shot them. Without further ado, I'll quote pure facts and give context on why they're like that, thus milking that delicious salt I need for my fries. So feminists and all the special shit flakes keep yelling about the patriarchy and my wage gap. So let's squeeze that proverbial puppy. Wait, we don't say that? Huh, who gives a fuck? Now it is a saying. Well, because I say so. Well, because special shit flakes never seem to agree on anything. It's either 76 cents, or 77, or 78, or Hillary's famous 79 cents. So instead I'll take this shitty website and use it as reference. Well, it's actually quite shitty. Even I can do better. Look! Well, that settles it. I'll create an empire of taco trucks and hire only women. With a low wage like that, I'll be rich in no time. I ain't paying no man extra money for his sweat, and I'm all about a fucking sweatshop. Wait. Wait, I'm getting ahead of myself. Again. That's a dream and so crushing lie. No restes taquitos to sell. Me so sad. Here, let me explain to you why it is a lie and why I can have my taco truck empire. Gina Trapani, the founder of Lifehacker, actually made that shitty website. And you saw how better I am at making websites, don't you? The claim is 81 cents, so let's go with that. I'll be breaking down various reasons why that 81 cents is false. First and foremost, we are going to break it down by hours worked. Then, we are going to break it down using fields of study at college. And lastly, two very common examples, sports and modeling. Ooh, and there's some human biology involved too. Here's what the Bureau of Labor Statistics has to say about it. On the days they worked, employed men worked 42 minutes more than employed women. This difference partly reflects women's greater likelihood of working part-time. However, even among full-time workers, those usually working 35 hours or more per week, men worked longer than women, with 8.2 hours compared with 7.8 hours. Yeah, Jester approves of working women. Let's break it down further. As described, men work 8.2 hours compared to 7.8 hours for women in total. Now it gets a bit confusing. There are more women working part-time with 54% compared to 51% of men, but men work 5.50 more hours than women at 5.20. But for workplace, women work longer than men, with 5.96 for women and 5.88 hours for men. I'll go into more details further. Due to the nurturing nature of women, they prefer to work at home when they work at full time. We can see here on this table. Even working at home, men still beat women by a large percentage in total hours worked. But here's where it gets interesting. Full-time working women prefer to work more at home than men, but part-time working men prefer to stay at home more than women with 2.3. This data might highlight men working at weekdays while women work at the weekends, although in total it's almost irrelevant. The difference is 0.03%, and almost of equal value, but part-time men are more likely to work during the weekends or special days than women. Men work part-time during those days at 5.96 hours, compared to 5.04 for women. Quite a huge difference. So, summing up, men work 42 minutes longer per day than women, and that makes it 3.5 hours more during a working week of Monday to Friday, and that makes it 14 extra hours longer than women. And you know, who works longer earns more. But my wage gap. Now it's time for college majors. Ha! We are not done yet, shitflakes. I still want that salt. Men have a tendency to choose careers or majors that have higher paying jobs. This was said by American Association of University Women Educational Foundation. Neat, right? Echoing segregation in choice of major, women and men tend to work in different occupations 1 year out of college. Women are more likely to work in education, medical professions, and administrative, clerical, or legal support jobs. Men are more likely to be engineers, architects, or computer scientists, or employed in research, science, or technology. Here you can see a list of professions. The blue arrow represents jobs that earn less than $55,000 annually, and the red arrows represent those who make more than $55,000. And you can see the percentage of male to female. Why? Really? Why would you waste thousands of dollars on a fucking fashion design? Fuck me. Interior design. Jesus. Just put a fucking couch on a TV and you're good to go. For fuck's sake. Thousands of that is money just to be a trigger little shitfake for the rest of your fucking life. Jesus. Why waste so much money on a useless degree like fashion design or interior design? If you have that much money laying around, my suggestion is for you to invest on a STEM field. If I had that much too, I would invest on my masters in microbiology or astronomy. Jesus Christ, who chose sports management? Jesus. But my wage gap. Yeah, but what about starting salaries? Men earn much more. Stable patriarchy. Shut up, you asshole. Let's look another table. Calm down. This table doesn't debunk me yet. Let's see further why there's a difference. Aerospace engineering, occupational therapy, mechanical engineering, journalism, and civil engineering earn typical pay that is roughly the same, if not more, than male typical pay. And now, to make it even more clear, the largest pay gap in the majors above is for the criminal justice major. This may be related to the common jobs chosen by criminal justice majors and how they differ across gender. Two common jobs for male criminal justice majors are police or sheriff patrol officers, starting median pay of $44,200, and probation officers or correctional treatment specialists, starting median pay of $34,000. In comparison, two common jobs for female criminal justice majors are paralegals, starting median pay of $37,400, and legal assistants, starting median pay of $30,400. There are dozens of reasons why there is a difference. Company size, years of experience, locations, and much, much more. But one of the biggest reasons are hours. And I did just explain that. And now, on a more controlled statistics, the wage gap is almost identical. Why do women choose certain fields of study or certain professions? Well, there has been some research done in this matter, and the reasons vary. But my wage gap! Males and females have similar preferences regarding choices at college, but differ in their tastes regarding their workplace. Females mostly care about non-pecuniary outcomes, gaining approval of parents and enjoying work at jobs, while males value pecuniary outcomes, social status of the job, likelihood of finding a job, earning profiles at jobs, and more. Men also take more chances and are risk takers. They ask for raises more often than women do. But why, women's sports like soccer, are paid less than men? The answer is simple as fuck. It all has to do what people want to watch. If you, as a staunch feminist, want the wages of female athletes to increase, then you should watch their games too. Shitflake. There's also a biological principle behind it. Since men are risk takers, they are very competitive too. Men were more likely than women to participate in sports, exercises, or recreations on a given day, 23% compared with 18%. On days they participated, men also spent more time in these activities than women, 1.7 hours compared with 1.2 hours. Men tend to choose competitive sports more than women. Let's focus on the numbering bits. What? Number is not a word? Fuck it. It is now. Men do sports or exercises 22.9, while females do it for 18.1. If I wasn't already risking my life enough, I'm probably getting murdered by a fat feminist dyke with a strap on. Here's a stereotype, and it's a doozy, and with numbers to prove too. Women are more socializers, and we already knew that. Women communicate more or talk more than men, with 39.9 compared to 36.2 from the males. And they spend more time on the telephone, mail or email than men. A huge amount, in fact, with 16.7 for men and 25.7 for females. Yep, I'm dead now. And I didn't even begin my YouTube career. What do you know about my beautiful face? And all I had to do was piss off some people, and now I'm gonna get murdered by a feminist dyke with a strap on. Alrighty, back to sports. The question gets a little murkier when it comes to one of the great dividing lines between the sexes: sports. On the one hand, both interest and participation in organized sports is still a predominantly male thing. On the other hand, when any culture makes the effort to level the playing field of opportunity, female participation rises dramatically. In 1972, before the enactment of the Title IX, the landmark law that ensured gender equality in educational opportunities, only 7% of high school athletes were girls. Today, it's 42. The question gets a little more.
Good God, that guy sounds like he has a dick in his mouth. Oh, wait. That's me. Never mind.
One 2014 survey of 37 countries, for example, found that in every one, men were likely to play some kind of sport than women. In a few countries, the difference was not so statistically significant, but when the question was narrowed to specify competitive sports like basketball and exclude non-competitive ones like running, the men blew the doors off the numbers, besting women by nearly fourfold. A 2013 study conducted by Diener and a colleague not involved in the current work found that males were twice as likely as females to be involved or interested in sports across 50 different countries or cultures.
These sports involve ritual sacrifice to the god Kek. Them I'm in. That was a joke. Yeah, you can laugh now. Come on.
The non-evolutionary explanation for the imbalance are familiar and numerous. Homemakers, goes one argument, who are still predominantly female, have less free time for sports than men do. In fact, however, research shows that both genders have about the same amount of free hours. But if the women are going to devote some of them to physical activity, it's likelier to be fitness training like yoga or Pilates or gym workouts.
Yum, yoga pants.
Much of the answer is based on the phenomenon known as spectator lag. No, not kek either. Brace kek. Not that Twi'lek, this type of leg.
Look at me, look at me. Look at my hot ass. See my ass, my fellas. I'm the best male here. Please choose me, please. Oh God, please.
Principally found in birds, but also in some species of insect and mammal, a lek involves males gathering in a single place and displaying their plumage, size, or overall fitness, sometimes by engaging in mock, or not so mock, combat, while other members of the species observe. For females, the value of watching the display is straightforward, since it helps them select the mates who have the fittest genes and can best compete for resources. For male spectators, it has equal if different value, allowing non-participating males to monitor the performances so they can evaluate potential competitors and allies, the researchers write, and further explaining the differences why men tend to watch sports more. The author goes further. The precise nature of athletic activities is important too, since so many of them, running, tackling, throwing projectiles, advancing across terrain, or even around a diamond, are useful in warfare, since all serves to refine skills, reinforce alliances, and intimidate potential rivals. Social status matters too, and sports reliably confers it, enhancing both power and mating options for the participant. That's a dividend exploited far more by male athletes than females. It is the rarer woman sports star who travels with a posse, spends extravagantly on plumage that is bling or beds a pattern in every city in which she plays. It is too much to say it is rare for male sports stars who doesn't do those things, but it's certainly more common among the lads. No, it's true, really. When was the last time you saw a Barcelona football player not display his overly expensive vehicle or some other bling bling, or getting laid? Okay, fine, I admit, I envy them a little bit. I wish I had that much money. The function of sports as a kind of Mortal Kombat for men is evident even in the way they approach a less directly competitive sport, like marathon running, in which all but a tiny handful of participants are not actually contending to win. Overall, 3 times more more males finish the race within 125% of the record time for their gender than females do for theirs, which suggests that the men were more focused on running to win than the women were. That's a strategy that often backfires, though, since men were also 3 times more likely to slow down significantly throughout the race, suggesting that their competitive impulses got out ahead of their abilities, whereas women tend to maintain a smarter and steadier pace. If any of motherfuckers see me running, you better call an ambulance. I'll probably pass out. Wait, there's also a bigger probability of me running since I'll have a fat feminist dyke running behind me with a strap on, wanting to kill me. None of this means that socialization, gender bias, and all other cultural variables are not at work in the largely male world of sports. An evolutionary approach is fully compatible with socialization playing a larger role. The research is right, and so it is. Play has always been a big part of life for all humans, and sports can be a big part of play. But that doesn't mean the genders don't still do it in many different ways and for many different reasons. But my wage gap. But then you tell me.
There is a very big wage gap for modeling too.
No, actually, there isn't. Let me explain. The top 10 earning male models earn a combined total of 8 million from September 2012 to September 2013, a measly amount compared to the 83 million their female counterparts raked in over the past year.
If I had gone to modeling, no one would have a chance. I am a hot piece of ass.
She says the situation is slowly changing because advertisers are increasingly looking for male as well as female models. One reason why women get paid more is that advertisers say women spend more money on female products, but I think it's one of those things that's changing. So, in summary, the wage gap is caused by different choices regarding studies and employment by men and women. Men tend to choose fields of study that are high paying than women do. For example, men tend to choose STEM fields more than women, who tend to choose social studies and arts. The gap is further increased by risk-taking nature of men, and the choices men take on the job. For example, taking overtime and premium pay for working special days. Whilst women, by its nurturing tendencies, have a propensity of focusing on family and children, thus preferring to go home or do a family-oriented activity instead of taking overtime or working extra days. Men also have a tendency to work on high-paying hazardous jobs, like mining, construction, and oil field jobs, while women have a tendency to take less physically demanding jobs. Even if you hold the same exact job as a male counterpart, there are a myriad of reasons why he could be earning more. Did he get to the company earlier than you? Did he work longer hours? Did he risk it and ask for a raise? If you're still unsure, remember, it is illegal in the US and in many countries to discriminate between gender, sexual preferences, and race. If there is enough evidence that there is indeed a discrimination, please contact a lawyer.